For those who don't know who this person is, Mikenactor is an Australian YouTuber who's known for being a former aneasyone fan. He's been making multiple response videos and has been heavily outspoken about him since 2016. Anesyone's first mention of Mike was when he made a video about who he should debate, and when he came across one of Mike's videos, he went on to give him the nickname Mikenactor.
So yeah, believe it or not, Mike and Rectum.
Is that because I'm gay? That's great.
Now, with him being gay, it's not too hard to see why this might be seen as an attack on his sexuality. However, aneasyone continued to attack Mike by false flagging and claiming videos he made about him.
To some people, this might be perceived as a victory for aneasyone. And if he wants to view it that way, good for him. If his fans want to view it that way, good for them. But the reason I've come to this sort of feeling of just a good feeling about it is that he's resorted to content IDing my videos. That was his last resort. That's the only thing he has left. Me and Joy and other people backed this guy so far into a corner that he and fucking put him in such a compromising position and made him look so bad. And we almost didn't even have to do anything to do that. Like, if he really wants the tiny amount of money that I would have made off of all those videos, most of which I've already claimed, if he wants that, and he's only claimed 3 so far, if he really wants that money, have it. It's fine. I don't care. I mean, as long as you give it to your children, you know?
The two came to blows again on Twitter when they were arguing about some debate terms Mike made. If you don't know what I mean by that, he made a video talking about specific things that needed to happen if they were to have a debate.
If he wants to debate me, I have terms. So, we're not going to debate, next week or anything, when it would suit you, or tomorrow, or the next day. We're not going to debate that. Like, if you want to debate me, we can debate in 3 months, when you're irrelevant again. And we can sit down and we can have a civil conversation. And that's the other thing. Civil conversation. We're going to have a moderator. We don't have a moderator, I'm not going to be there. That's the thing. It's a waste of my time if I'm going to spend half of the debate yelling over someone, or he's going to be yelling over me. It's kind of like, it's not something I really want to do with my time. Life's short, that sort of thing. And the other thing too is, like, if he interrupts me one time, I'm just going to be gone. Because I don't have anything to prove. Greg's the one with something to prove. Like, I would feel no shame whatsoever in saying no to this debate.
And not surprisingly, Aneasyone, being the narcissist that he is, decided to completely ignore all of his requests. Now, I've known about Mike's channel since 2017, and I admired his courage to stand up against Aneasyone despite what he's capable of doing to other channels, especially much small ones. I remember being shocked to hear that he was a former Aneasyone fan, because I quit watching his videos sometime in 2011, but people like Mike were able to stick around until he began rating underage girls. I find that in particular to be very interesting, and I'm going to get into the point of limits in a moment. With all that aside, let's get into the things about him that don't sit well with me. Mike's response to Blair White's LGBT video was quite interesting, to say the least, especially when it came to these parts.
Why is there such an ideological bias within the community? I mean, I'm really not mad at the fact that most LGBT people are liberals. It is what it is, but it's the attacking and vilifying and ostracization of gay or trans Republicans within the community that kind of bothers me. I mean, all it took was one video, my first video, of me talking about how I'm not a feminist, for my entire local LGBT community to attack me viciously, say horrible things about me, and to drop me as a friend after years and years of friendship. I think that's a problem.
This is a behavioral issue, though, in terms of the people that you're associating with. It's a problem, yeah, but like, not everyone in the community is that stupid or narrow-minded.
Why does the community insist on trying to change hearts and minds through laws? I mean, I understand the big ones, like marriage. Cool. But legislating pronoun usage in the workplace, that's just retarded. And to be honest, again, it's very counterproductive, because who would want to hire someone who is a liability in that way?
I mean, if it makes the people in question more comfortable, just do it. I mean, I don't entirely get it, and that might be because I don't know, I just don't like complication. But then again, it's really not a big deal. Like, just do it. I mean, if you care about people and you care about these people and you just want them to get through their day being okay with them, just use their pronouns or refer to them as she, him, or it, or they, or whoever. Just do it, and then the argument's over. Like, I mean, yeah, sure, you're being forced to do something, but like, at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. Like, it really isn't, guys.
Why in the world are straight people and cis people often so demonized by the community? I mean, I've seen so many LGBT people have this really toxic sort of adversarial view of the majority of society, and I find it to be really unhealthy. I mean, you can't just walk around calling straight people breeders, which always cracks me up, because it's like, you're welcome for being here, and cis scum, and expect to be treated with respect back. It doesn't really work like that.
Again, not everyone in the LGBT community does this or feels this way. It just makes them assholes. It doesn't mean, you know, what they are doing represents our feelings as a whole. We're just a collection of people with different ideas. Some ideas are more popular and some ideas are gaining more traction, and not all of them are great.
Okay, so I'm gonna start this off by saying, you know, it's not too hard to look up stuff about conservatism within the LGBT community, especially on YouTube. There's a lot of stories that are similar to Blair's. My second point is, really?
Thanks to Justin Trudeau, you're soon going to have a new way to go to prison. Here's how. Simply refuse to use any of these invented gender pronouns anywhere in Canada. Lawyer Jared Brown explains.
For instance, somebody was saying, I'm not going to use those words. That person, if they are dragged before the tribunal,
the Ontario Tribunal,
or the federal tribunal, I've indicated to you already that the Department of Justice has said they're going to pass the same guideline on pronouns. And so what I'm suggesting to you is that if somebody says, I'm not going to use those words, are brought before the tribunal, the federal tribunal, and the tribunal then delivers an order for a payment of a fine and alternatively a non-monetary remedy i.e. cease and desist order, an order to do something, to compel them to do something. And that person who's brought before the tribunal says, I'm not doing that. They will find themselves in contempt of court, and prison is the likely outcome of that process until they purge the contempt.
So, who is Jared Brown?
I'm a litigator in Toronto. I act in all manner of commercial and employment disputes. I'm not an academic. I live with my clients in the land of legal reality and how the law actually works.
Why is Jared Brown testifying before the Canadian Senate?
About 2 years ago, I began to see claims of discrimination included in every employment-related court claim. My phone now rings weekly with human rights tribunal matters. It has become a reality for employers across Canada. In August of last year, I became aware of Dr. Jordan Peterson. He was discussing what he saw as a problematic law, poorly written. That's when I observed the oddest thing happening. Lawyers, academic lawyers, important people began to say that he had the legal stuff wrong. Nothing unusual about this bill. And they also said, you don't get to go to jail if you breach a human rights tribunal order. What was happening is they weren't defending the law, but downplaying its effects. Now, as a practicing lawyer, anytime a lawyer, and particularly an academic, says, look away, there's nothing to see here, it gets my antenna way up. So I did some research, which can be found in the brief that I filed in advance of today. It sets out the path to prison on this. I knew as a commercial litigator that anyone can end up in jail if you breach a tribunal order. It is a simple civil contempt of court process. People go to jail for this.
Jared Brown is testifying before the Canadian Senate to oppose Bill C-16. This bill is a threat to our freedom of speech. Unfortunately, most Canadians are not aware of it.
And finally, Blair wasn't talking about the entire LGBT community, rather a large majority of it. Another video that really irked me was his response to Aneasyone's video on skin types, in which he goes out of his way to attack skincare products and celebrities that promote them. He claims that they, quote-unquote, prey on insecurities and that skin conditions shouldn't be treated because they're, quote-unquote, natural. Take a look at this for yourself.
In regards to dermatology, let's hit you with some facts to put your mind at ease. Acne is inevitable, unless your genetics are super on point. The whole point of acne is to release toxins from your body. So by you having acne, it just means that your body's working well, and it's removing toxins from your body. And that's why I think that celebrities that endorse anti-acne medication are actual failed abortions, because basically they're preying on a lot of the insecurities of people suffering with acne. Besides the fact that a lot of the factors that contribute to acne are internal, and a lot of myths are being circulated just for financial gain. No, I'm not going to placate you. A lot of these conditions are caused by diet, stress, allergies, and the best thing you can do in this situation is focus on your mental well-being. Not only that, get solid advice, like a doctor, a dermatologist, or a naturopath. I'm not going to tell you you're ugly and then tell you that real beauty's on the inside just to intensify your dopamine hit when you watch my video. If you need help with your skin, ask an expert. They really can help. And there's nothing wrong with having acne. It's completely natural and normal. And it just means that your body is functioning.
First of all, everyone has a right to buy treatments, especially when the condition they might be suffering from is taking a toll on their confidence. I'm not going to go off on someone who suffer from acne simply because they use anti-acne cream. That would just be stupid of me. Second of all, it's so clear that those things came from your own personal insecurities. I mean, they literally reek of self-projection. I know that Mike tends to have this fuck what you think attitude when it comes to a lot of things, but I can't help but notice that he's been turning a blind eye to and even defending a lot of things about the people he associates with, as well as the people he supposedly likes. I mean, he's known for his close friendship with Joy Sparkle BS, and the amount of shit she's been involved in is insane. Whenever I'm reminded of this, two questions come into mind. Number one, what does it actually take for him to completely drop someone from his life? Number two, are there any hidden intentions behind him befriending and defending these people? Like, attention, views. I say that because I've been watching Rag Reynolds videos on official tour videos, and I realised that Mike and official tour videos have quite a few similarities.
Toll Videos has said in numerous videos, he said it in streams, he said it on Discord, he said it all over the place, that he was very far up Aneasyone's ass. And if you look back at his history of tweets, you look at his videos, you can clearly see he was up Aneasyone's ass. Anything Aneasyon said, it was, yes Greg, yes Greggy Poo, love you, that type of thing, you know?
I've been a fan of you since 2008. I've watched you for a very long time, and I've watched you long enough to notice some patterns.
Big thank you to Joy Sparkle BS. If you're following me but not her, please correct this mistake. Watching Joy Sparkle BS on you now, talking to Ms. Squid-chan and eating food. Life is good.
She's my friend. I'm not going to sell my fucking soul just for a bunch of YouTube views, which is what everyone wants to do. They all want me to sort of bend to their opinion, so they feel better about themselves, because they don't like Joy, for whatever reason, and you're allowed to not like Joy, but you can't project that feeling onto me, so that you get this sense of self-validation. I'm not here to validate how you feel. I'm not a safe space. What I put on my channel is my prerogative. Who I support is my prerogative, and who I consider family is my prerogative.
First, I want to show you some tweets that Toll Videos made just a couple of months ago regarding Joy. Video on Joy Sparkle BS incoming, someone responded, and then he responded, she looks like a troll, like an under the bridge kind of troll. This was when he was still up Aneasyone's ass. And then we get another tweet here that says, you can't act like an adult. An adult is someone over 18. Many people over 28 are fucking stupid. Like Joy. So he has called Joy ugly, he said she looks like a bridge troll, and he has also said she's fucking stupid. His tone really did change, his attitude has changed drastically from back at those Aneasyon days. Suddenly, something just switched, and it's that, oh, Aneasyon was mean to me, so now I'm going to go make an alliance with someone I hated before for whatever reason.
Because I'm always honest. I'm not going to delete videos later, or wish I could delete videos later. Everything I put on my channel is my opinion. I hold that opinion. It's definitely me. It's 100% me that you're getting on here. It's not staged. I'm not being a certain way or acting a certain way. There's comedy skits, yes, but I'm not acting a certain way or you know, taking on an agenda just to appeal to people. These are my real opinions.
Interesting, isn't it? It's interesting how people can't keep their word.
I really wanted to give this person the benefit of the doubt. I really did, but I just feel like I'm wasting my time. I just don't think that it's worth it anymore. I know that it's highly unlikely that he'll respond to this because, I don't know, I mean, but if he does, then I'm not really that bothered about it. Anyways, if you happen to like this video, feel free to let me know, and yeah, see you later.